Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Backpack to Briefcase series for fall 2021. We are here with Kelly Richards, who is a recruiter from North American Plastics. She grew up, oh goodness, I just had where you grew up. Graduated from Ole Miss, I know, in 2017, and has been working with North American Plastics for about 3 years now. Good morning, Kelly, and welcome.
Good morning. I'm so excited to be here. I guess I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, like Elise mentioned, my name is Kelly Richards, and I'm a recruiter for North American Plastics. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the do's and don'ts at a career fair. So, if you aren't familiar with North American Plastics, we are the largest wholesale plastics distribution company in North America. We do not sell plastic water bottles or plastic straws. We sell highly engineered, high-performing plastics. So some examples of applications that our products go into would be the aerospace market. So the windows of airplanes, the overhead bins, the seats, all made from our material. Another example would be the medical field, so knee and hip replacements, and then this past year, COVID-19 barriers. So all of the acrylic barriers when you're checking out at like a grocery store, that is all of our material. So who am I? Like Elise mentioned, my name is Kelly, and I am a recruiter for North American Plastics. I have been with the company for 3 years, and I work at our corporate office in Dallas, Texas. In my time with the company, I have gone to dozens of career fairs. I've done countless interviews. So I know a thing or two about this topic. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and share with you things that I've learned attending career fairs. So I'm going to start with my first do, which is dress appropriately. And I have a fun video to start with, so I'm going to go ahead and play it.
Okay. Hey, guys.
Hi, Mrs. Patterson.
Wrinkles send the wrong message.
Sorry.
Help prevent them before they start with new Downy Wrinkle Guard.
That's better.
So you won't get caught with wrinkles again.
So I love that commercial. I think it's a great example about giving off a good first impression. So he showed up to his girlfriend's house, and the mom answered the door, and his shirt was all wrinkled, gave off completely wrong impression. So that's the same thing at a career fair. You don't want to show up in dirty clothes with a wrinkled shirt. You want to look your best. You want to dress for the job you want, because first impressions really are everything. So with that, I think wearing business casual or business professional is the way to go. So girls, you could wear nice dress pants, a nice dress top, or a blazer. You could even do a dress or a skirt. Guys, I think nice pants, nice shoes, a button down. If you wanted to wear a jacket, you could, but really sticking to business casual and business professional for these types of events. My next do is bring printed resumes. You don't want to show up to a booth empty-handed. Print out as many resumes as you want. I think you should have more than enough. Sometimes when you go to a booth, there's going to be 2 or 3 company representatives, and you might hand out a resume to each person. And so if you only print out one for each booth, you're not going to have enough. So print out more than you think you need. And then also make sure your resume is up to date. So proofread it ahead of time, make sure it's the correct one, because believe it or not, I have been handed all sorts of resumes from the wrong ones. I scheduled an interview with somebody, and I tried to call them, and they had the wrong number on their resume. So make sure that it is the correct resume. And I know you guys are pros. Your resumes are probably all perfect. You learn about it in all your classes, but I wanted to share with you a few of the things that I like to see on resumes. So I like when the contact information is at the top and visible, clear for me to find, so I know where to contact you. And then any relevant work experience is good to have. Add in volunteer work if you're a part of any clubs, maybe a sorority or fraternity, have that in there. And then make sure your resume is one page. Recruiters do not like to go through multiple pages. So, keep it to one page. My next do is research companies ahead of time. So find out what companies are going to be attending the fair. Go to their website, see what each company does. You don't want to show up to a booth completely blind. So I love when students do a little bit of research ahead of time and they, introduce themselves to me and they say something like, I know NAP is a plastics distribution company, and I saw on your website that you guys have 100+ locations. Can you tell me more about that? That really shows me as a recruiter that you put in the time and effort to research our company, and it shows me that you're serious. So definitely do a little bit of research. You don't have to know everything, but you just really don't want to go in blind. My next do is prepare to talk about yourself. So think about what you want to tell employers. Some things that you could mention are what type of role that you're looking for. So are you looking for an internship or are you looking for a full-time position? Tell me about any work experience that you have. Have you done an internship? Are you currently working? Those are things I want to know. I also like to know when you're graduating. So are you graduating next month? Are you doing a master's program? Let me know. And then what makes you special? Really sell yourself. Tell me about yourself. What makes you you? And most importantly, be yourself. I feel like sometimes in these professional settings, people feel like they can't truly be themselves, but be as goofy as you want. And you can still be professional. So don't be afraid to be yourself. My next do is ask for next steps. So as you're getting ready to leave a booth, there's a few things you should keep in mind. So ask if there are any applications, who you should contact. You could even schedule an interview. That really shows us that you're interested. And I really love it when I get a follow-up email. So after the fair, go through and send a follow-up email to each company, thanking them for their time and letting us know if you're interested in any of the opportunities that we have. So my second half of my presentation, I'm going to be doing the don'ts at a career fair. So let's go ahead and get into that. So my first don't is don't be intimidated by recruiters. It can be really intimidating going to a career fair. There's tons of companies there. You don't know where to start, but really be confident and, introduce yourself first. Don't wait for us to approach you. If it's your first time attending a career fair and you're really nervous, bring a friend with you. The buddy system always works great. Another thing I like to do is give myself a pep talk beforehand. But we're there to talk to you. So we're excited to meet you. So don't be intimidated by us. My next don't is don't eliminate companies based off their field. So stop by as many booths as you can. Don't skip out on a company just because it's not in the field that you think that you're interested in. I never thought in a million years that I would be working for a distribution company, but here I am and I absolutely love it. I couldn't be happier. So you really don't want to limit your opportunities. You could miss out on your dream job. It's easy to get distracted by big name companies that everyone knows, but you can't sleep on the smaller ones. So really just, don't limit them. Take a look at everyone because you never know. My next don't is don't show up without a plan. So like I mentioned before, be prepared. Do your research, maximize the most of your time. So if you only have 15-20 minutes in between one of your classes to attend, do the research ahead of time. See what companies you want to go to first, and make sure you have your questions prepared. And most importantly, don't forget to have fun. Career fairs are meant to be fun. It's a learning experience. We're so excited to be there and talk with you. And you get to be in front of opportunities that you would never get anywhere else. So really remember to have fun. That's the most important thing. And in closing, I'm going to leave you with this thought: believe in yourself and you will be unstoppable. I can't wait to meet you guys at the career fair in a few weeks. So make sure you stop by and say hello. North American Plastics will be there, so please stop by. I'm going to leave my contact information here. So feel free to send me an email with any questions, or if you want to learn more about North American Plastics, you can also check out our website and connect with me on LinkedIn. Elise, do we have any questions?
Yes, we do actually. So for those of us watching on YouTube, we are able to see the comments, so feel free to comment your questions for Kelly. For example, we're going to start with Carmela. What can a student do or say to really stand out when meeting with you?
I think just being prepared makes you stand out a lot. There are a lot of times we get students that aren't prepared and it really shows. So being prepared is really going to make you stand out.
Great. So Amy asks, how much time should a candidate spend at each desk or each booth?
I think 10 minutes is the perfect amount of time, 5 to 10.
Great. All right. So we have, when should I try and schedule a specific time and date for an interview while at each booth?
Yeah, ask for an interview. See if you can schedule one right then and there, and then I would send a follow-up email right after to confirm the date and time.
Great. So a lot of our students are in that exploratory stage. They're either first year or second year students. So what suggestions do you have for keeping track of notes or that follow-up information with companies to personalize it with that follow-up email?
So I would bring a folder, and a lot of time companies have flyers. So make sure you have a pen too. So when you're talking with a company, you can take notes. So feel free to take any notes while we're talking to you. You can write down our contact information, anything that you want to remember from our conversation, just write it down.
Awesome. So on a more personal note, Kelly, when you have experienced career fairs as a candidate potentially, what did you look for in companies when it came to setting companies apart from each other?
Oh, that's a good question. Personally, I was really drawn to companies that had like a very warm welcoming. So the companies that you could tell were excited to be there and were excited to talk to the students were the ones that I resonated most with. So that's just me personally.
Yeah, same. I feel the same way. So we now have a question from Enrique. What is one thing that a student says or does that can put them on your thanks but no thanks list?
So it's really easy to tell when a student is not interested and they are not really engaged in the conversation. So if I can tell you're not really engaged with what I'm saying, you're looking around, you're just there to, get a free pen, that to me is a no. Then I would pass on them for that.
Fair enough. Do you have any cautionary job fair stories for us that you'd be willing to share?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, do you have any cautionary tales of interactions with students from job fairs?
That's a good one. You're putting me on the spot.
Not to call you out.
I would have to think about that one.
All right. So we do have a couple, we are still waiting for a couple more questions in the comments, but how bad is it if I don't dress up? Maybe students are running between classes at that time, or have something that they need to go to right after. How bad is it if they don't dress up?
I think just wear your career fair outfit to your class. You can look nice for class one day. You don't have to wear a full suit, but you can wear nice pants and a button-down shirt. And if you have somewhere to go after, you can change in the bathroom.
Yeah, of course, like with the Huntsman School, we're really unique in that we don't schedule classes on our Fridays because they are for professional development. So utilize that focused Friday mentality and not be scheduling anything else when there are important things to be doing. All right, so we do have a question from Trevor. If there is a line at a booth, how long should I wait before moving on or pushing for the opportunity to speak to one of the recruiters at a company?
So I would say if the line is pretty big, if there's probably 10 people in line, I would go and see the other companies. Make the most of your time while you're there. And if there's still a line and you're unable to get that time, I would just make sure you have the company's website, and I'm sure you could run up and grab a flyer really quick. And I know for us, at least, we have our contact information right there. So you could just get the contact information, send a follow-up email saying, I waited in line for a long time, but I was unable to actually meet with you guys. I would love to learn more. Can we schedule a phone call?
Yeah, that's a really, really great question. Thank you, Trevor. Good strategies. What strategies do you have for navigating between booths and figuring out who should I go to, who should I maybe not spend as much time with?
That's all on personal preference. So I think you need to see who's going to be attending beforehand. Check out each company's website, get to know, what each company does, and figure out which ones interest you the most, and make a list, your top 5, and hit those ones first, and then maybe have like a secondary list of the next 5 if you have extra time to meet with those companies.
Great. All right, so we have a question from Kaysen. What kind of stuff do y'all look for in an elevator pitch specifically?
Oh, that's a good question. That it varies, but personally, a good elevator pitch for me has a strong closing. So a strong closing for me is what I look for.
That's really great. I believe we have a few more questions prompted. What if I generally don't know anything about a company? Do I come off as unprepared if I approach their table?
I think, if you genuinely really don't know anything, being honest about it is one thing. So I think if I think you could just be honest about it and say, I didn't get a chance to do research on your company. I would love it if you could tell me more about your company.
That's really great. And I will make a quick plug for our Career Expo website. We do have a lot of company information on there. So if you happen to be in line for one of those more popular booths, like I expect North American Plastics to be, take that time while you're in line to do a little bit of research on your phone. That's okay.
Exactly, yes.
All right, so we have one more question from Amy, who's also from North American Plastics. How can a candidate make themselves memorable at a career fair?
I think being yourself is the most important thing, and being really genuine, and being prepared. So if you hit all those boxes by being, you're dressed right, you're dressed professionally, you have your resume, you're confident and ready to go, and a little bit about our company, I think that is just memorable for me.
Any final pieces of wisdom that you have for our viewers?
Just remember to have fun. I think career fairs are, they can be stressful, and, it's nervous to go in there and talk with a bunch of companies, but just remember that we're really excited to be there and to be meeting with you and learning about you. So just, take it one booth at a time and have fun.
Awesome, thank you. I saw in the comments that Professor Bowen is watching, and I echo his sentiment. I really appreciate you being here with us and talking with our students. So thank you for your time. And for our students and viewers, just want to give a quick plug for our Career Expo, which is going to be on September 23rd virtually and September 24th in person. I hope to see you at the Career Expo. We also have another Backpack to Briefcase next week, same time, same place, 9 a.m. on Friday, and we are going to be talking with Jeremy Schumann from Instagram about how to sell and connect yourself. Thank you once again, Kelly, for joining us today. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me.